Hey yo, what's going on? This is your boy Buck Krizza back in the building. Welcome to my channel. Buck Plays No Games. All one word. Yo, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know how you feel like I'm doing. Let me know if there's anything that you need help with, because I am here to help if you need it. Yo, check it out. What are we talking about today? Man, there is a war going on. There has been a war going on for a while now. And just so recently, there has been even more casualties. What do you call it? Sins of war, or not sins, but what's the term? People are doing. What am I talking about? These AI, this war against humans and AI, or just more specifically, producers, or even more specifically, YouTube producers and AI, beat makers and AI, creativity versus AI. Man, what is my take on it? Well, not to do a long, drawn out thing of what's been going on. If you've been on YouTube and you're a beat maker, you're a producer, you know what's going on. I ain't gonna say no names. I am gonna say a name, but I'm not gonna necessarily badmouth anybody. But there's been even more AI stuff to come out, services to help these non-beat making people out there, these lazy people. We'll get to that later. There has been a service called Open. I think I'm saying it right. Open Beat AI. And when I first came across it, I didn't sign up for it or anything like that. But when I first came across it, the whole idea of it was pretty dope. The first video that I seen on it, I came across a lot of thumbnails of producers talking about Open Beat AI, but it took me a minute to click on a video to see what it was about until I came across my man, Bolo, the producer, his channel. And the whole idea is you can literally hum something, into this beat making AI service, and it'll spit out a melody for you. I think you can, and it'll spit out some drums for you, I think. But Bolo specifically showcase how you can just, do like a little melody with your mouth. And it'll spit out a melody. If you want it to be strings, it'll do that. If you want it to be piano, right, and chords, minor ninths and minor and major sevenths and shit like that, it'll spit that out for you. Just like that. You could take that, chop it up in your MPC or your machine or your SP404 or whatever, and there you go. That was crazy, and it was like, damn, this is about to change the game. But apparently it was on the shiesty side, the service, Open Beat AI. And I ain't gonna front, I was sort of kind of that close to even considering trying it. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but kinda. I was playing around with the whole idea of, I wonder how I could use it. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad I didn't. And I think I made the decision that I wasn't gonna mess around with it even before I saw what the bad things that came about with that. These producers who are so-called lying, who are so-called a part of the scam and all of that. Like it's a whole nasty situation, you know. And I think it's funny how, you know what I'm saying, like you take these, you know, like YouTube, just YouTube content creators all together, they wait for something like this to happen just so they can have even more content to create and make another content creator look bad to boost their channel. So that's what's going on. I've been seeing a lot of these beat makers, you know, YouTube producers bad mouthing, you know what I mean, guys like my man Bolo, you know, Av McCree and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, like whatever. I mean, you know, we just, you know, back, you know, sitting back and watching the show, eating our popcorn, and you know what I mean, and just ooh ah, commenting and shit like that. You know, we're enjoying the show. So it's a whole nasty situation. But I want to sit and talk about, you know, just, you know, AI, the state of AI. You know, we'll stick with music. You know what I mean? Like AI is like damn near in everything. It's on our phones. You know, it helps people with, you know, disabilities and stuff like that. That's the good that AI can help people that have, you know, issues with, you know, what do you call it? You know, like with reading, you know what I mean? Or even, you know, helping you to figure out, you know, how to say a word in a different language. If, you know, you have a relative or friend who speaks a different language, and, you know, stuff like that. Like AI can be good for those type of things. You know what I'm saying? AI can be good to help you get from point A to point B, you know, GPS, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, the more advanced AI can get, I mean, it'll help you get, you know, from point A to point B faster or in a more unique way, you know, or whatever. There's good, there is, AI can be good in some aspects, even for music. I'm gonna tell you how I use AI. The service called Moises. You know, I can sing into my microphone or I can rap into my microphone, and it'll turn my voice into a different gender. It'll turn my voice into a male with a higher pitch or even lower pitch. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is dope. That's how I use AI. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's not necessarily cheating. You know what I mean? That's not cheating. I just don't have, you know, a lot of times I don't have, I can make a beat. I want to know what a girl sounds like singing on my beat or rapping on my beat. And I will write up a verse and I will rap it into noises, and it'll transform my voice into a girl or, you know, or a guy or whatever, another guy. And, you know, I'll have like a singer here in my studio. You know, that's dope. That's not cheating. That's just, hey, I want to know what a girl sounds like on my beat. And it's me. You know, that's not cheating. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I wrote the lyrics. You know what I mean? That service isn't writing the lyrics for me. That's a good way that I use AI. You know what I'm saying? I use Midjourney, stepping away from music. Well, I kind of do use it for music. I use it for my cover arts. You know, whenever I come up with a beat tape or an EP that I'm about to come up with, I use Midjourney to create cover art. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a illustrator that I work with. I don't have an animator that I work with. I like to have my cover arts to look like comic books and stuff like that, you know, animated. So I could do that with Midjourney. You know, I can draw and all that, but I want it to look good. I don't have all this fancy art equipment, you know what I mean, to make it look, you know, like anime, like I love for my cover arts to look. and stuff like that. And I can do that with Midjourney, you know. And of course, even with Midjourney, I mean, you got people, you know, people who shoot photos and pictures and stuff like that, who photographers, and you can create a really realistic picture with Midjourney, and you can upload it and be like, look at this picture of the sea that I took, and like, I mean, you got to be, you know. So it's a real thin line with AI. There's some good, but I say there's even more bad with AI. You know what I'm saying? Because let's step over back to music. Like, AI is making a lot of people. It has the potential to make a lot of producers and beat makers lazy and not as creative as they can be on their own. You know what I'm saying? Because AI is doing it for you. There was a video years ago of DJ Khaled talking about, I think he was talking about people using FL Studio. He was talking like, yeah, man, I don't do FL Studio. FL Studio is called cheating. It's called clicking and dragging, you know, or whatever he was saying. Like FL Studio, like he was talking about FL Studio. But that was back then. I wonder what he's saying now. Because literally, you can do anything. Anybody can make a beat at the click of a button. People around me are making beats that I would not even, I can't even picture them like actually doing what somebody like me does. Or something like my boy Q Tao does. My man A-Blaze does. You know what I'm saying? Or even, you know, Bolo, the producer. Av McCree. You know? My girl Gnarly Beats. Like, they are actually making beats. Taking a sample, yeah, chopping it up and making it into their own way. Making it their own. You can't do that with AI. Because AI is doing it for you. Like, I can't use AI to create something for me. Every bit of my music that you hear me play, I did. A beat that you hear me play that I made that. AI didn't do that. Do I use AI on my beat? Have I used them in my beats? Yes. But it's at the lowest percentage of what AI of AI in my, there's like such a small percentage of AI in the vast majority of my beats. You know what I'm saying? I don't let AI control me. You know what I'm saying? Like, control every little bit that I do. You know what I mean? In the studio, because I still like the human. I want to always have the human aspect be the largest percentage of the bulk of my beat creating. And if I'm gonna use AI, it's gonna be so small, if I use it at all. You know what I'm saying? And people are constantly, every day, signing up for these services. You know what I'm saying? And I even stopped using Splice. Splice isn't necessarily even AI, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole using loops and things like that. Man, when it comes to making melodies, guys, what's so hard about putting your hands like this on a piano and spacing your fingers out and coming up with chords? And even an easier thing to do, and even a more helpful thing to do, let me help y'all out real quick. What is so hard about coming to YouTube University? You're already on YouTube watching this video, if you're watching this. YouTube University is literally opening up the YouTube app and typing in how do you form a minor ninth chord, a major seventh chord, a major triad, C, E, G, a minor triad, C, E flat, G. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about doing it in both hands? The fact that you don't have enough people doing that is showing laziness. It's showing the progression of people relying on AI. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if, people love to talk about JD. Do y'all know who I'm talking about when I say JD? Because most people don't say JD. I'm talking about Jay Dilla. I never knew him personally, but if you're a true Jay Dilla fan, you'll know Jay Dilla. But if he was still living, I can't speak for him, but I doubt that he would be co-signing AI usage. You don't even see Primo, DJ Premier, co-signing AI. Pete Rock, RZA, The Alchemist. The Alchemist, like, I think it was last year when he was starting that project with Erykah Badu, and whoop-de-doo, he came out with that video where it was clear that he used AI to animate this video, and everybody's going, "Oh, why are you using AI? Why are you using AI?" He used AI literally just for the video. It was a little cartoon character, that's all the hell it was. He didn't use it to make that beat. He didn't, even though it was already a beat that, I think it was a beat that Mobb Deep had rapped on, that Erykah Badu has sung on that same beat, but he did not use AI for that. And I bet you some money for that project that he never used a bit of AI to make his beats. The Alchemist is too tried and true to what hip hop is, and he wouldn't do that. And everybody and their mama is a beat maker now, because of, not even just because, or even more so because of AI. It all started with these loops and shit. Splice, Arcade, even TrackLib. You can get loops on there. You can have TrackLib basically map out a beat for you. Take that, you can chop it up with those same drums and everything, and just call it yours. Throw a filter on it. Throw half speed or halftime on there. Like, mix it up a little bit. Let it do some switcheroos. Call it yours. You can do that if you want to. And you can call it your beat. That's literally what people are doing. And it's like, that's where we're at. And it's getting, we thought it was messy at first, but now it's even more messy. You know what I'm saying? And it's, there's just a lot of poison in that. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I like what Bolo has said, he said he had a conversation with one of his guys, and they were asking about it. There was like, talking about what is going to be the end of AI. And the thing is that they came up with, well, there is not going to be an end. It's just going to keep getting worse. Or could we say better? It's going to keep getting better for the worse. And yeah. And there's literally nothing that anyone can do to stop it. Somebody like me, you know what I'm saying? They say that, look, I use FL Studio that I'm looking at right now, my MPC Key 61, my SP404, and my Chroma console to give me like even extra effects. You know what I mean? And I use the knowledge that I have of playing the keyboard, piano, and things like that. I'm no Mozart. I'm no Robert Glasper. I'm no Alicia Keys. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I know, and I can get around, and I can make a melody that sounds good. I can make any melody that I want to, and it sounds good. I don't need AI. That's not me bragging. That's just me being like, I know what I know because I wanted to learn it. And what I know is, I know very little music theory. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say it gets me by. It allows me to get the job done. I can't allow AI the machine, you know what I'm saying, to control what I do in the studio and take away take away the accomplishing feeling that I get when I make a beat, when I make a song, because I did that.